What's going on, Crypto Fiends? Ryan Martello here at the Crypto Fiends Studios, and today we have a news episode for you. We have two very interesting articles we are going to be looking into briefly, as well as briefly looking over the current price movement of cryptocurrencies and where we currently stand. Now, before we get all that, thank you to everyone who has been joining the Crypto Fiend community over the past couple weeks. You guys are absolutely awesome, and if you do find this video informative, consider hitting that subscribe button. It's very easy to do. Right over here, hit that subscribe button, and hit this little notification bell so you can get notified when videos are posted to the channel, so you can get the breaking news in cryptocurrencies every single day. So I do have a quick announcement for you guys. I am going to be speaking at the Litecoin Summit in 4 days in San Francisco, California, and oh my god, I am so excited and so nervous at the same time. This is a big event taking place revolving all around Litecoin, cryptocurrencies of course, as well as blockchain tech and the overall adoption of where we could be going in the future. And I got the opportunity to be on a panel with a bunch of other YouTubers discussing our overall experience of blockchain cryptocurrencies and really being an influencer on a social media platform in my sort of experience. So I'm very, very excited. Now, if you guys are local and you're interested in coming out, definitely come out to this event in San Francisco. I would love to meet some of you. We can get some good discussions going, maybe talk about our portfolios, our cryptos, or whatever you want to do. So that's that. Down here you can go check out my pretty face right here, Crypto Fiend. These are all the other crypto YouTubers that are going to be at the event. We have Crypto Beatles, Crypto Love, Crypto Blood, Crypto Somniac, a lot of awesome people that I have not met yet, but I'm very excited to meet. So hopefully I will get some sort of vlog footage out to you guys. I am going to be filming the actual panel, so I'll be sure I post that as well. So if you don't attend, you can definitely see some footage from the event. But I mean, even Charlie Lee, the creator of Litecoin, is going to be there, so this is no small event. This is a big deal, and I am so excited to be a part of it. So our first news for today, the current market cap currently at $196 billion. We are still down from last week. We had a huge drop off, around $45 billion in market cap for no apparent reason. A lot of people think manipulation, which is very possible. There's also a lot of people thinking that a lot of institutions and corporations that are involved in crypto are pulling out right now because there's not enough real regulation around cryptocurrencies. A whole different bunch of reasons. Unfortunately, we'll really never know the truth. All I can really say is that we are at a level where we're holding steady, which is very good to see. I personally really believe that we're kind of at the basement right now, where cryptocurrencies can't really go much lower because everyone left in the market is really hodling, holding on for dear life to those cryptocurrencies that hopefully in the future can make them a lot of money. So currently with Bitcoin sitting around $6,300. Good to see, good to see. Ethereum sitting around that $200 range, not too hot. It is up 4.4% on the day, so that is good that it's not negative again today, because that would not look too good for Ethereum. I did make a whole video revolving around Ethereum yesterday, if you want to go check that out, of why Ethereum is tanking so much, my opinion, a lot of other people's opinions, stuff like that, so you can go check that out as well. Personally, for me, what I'm doing with the current market, I'm really just learning about new projects, researching. I'm also currently investing a little bit into cryptocurrencies. You know, I'm not going to make that mistake like I made back when I started investing, where I bought in at a not so an interesting level or attractive level. So this is the level. If you are interested in cryptocurrencies, maybe consider jumping in now. Of course, none of this is financial advice, but you want to buy low, sell high, and we are definitely low right now, especially with Bitcoin dominance being at 55%. So that's all we're going to be looking at with the market. There's not much going on, kind of stagnant. We are in the green, so that's awesome to see. So our first article today, Ethereum creator believes days of 1,000x crypto growth is gone. Vitalik Buterin emphasized that the awareness of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology has already achieved its high point in December of 2017, when the price of major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and Bitcoin Cash demonstrated 10 to 300-fold returns. The blockchain space is getting to the point where there's a ceiling in sight. If you talk to the average educated person at this point, they probably have heard of blockchain at least once. There isn't an opportunity for yet another 1,000 times growth growth in anything in the space anymore, and that was quoted directly from Vitalik himself. Now, I sort of have to disagree with this. Now, I understand where he's coming from, where the majority of people in the world, I would say not even really the majority, a good chunk of educated people in the world have heard of cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin. I don't think a lot of people know about blockchain, and you guys have to, if you don't already know, blockchain and cryptocurrencies are two completely different things. Blockchain is the underlying software development side of things for cryptocurrencies, and cryptocurrencies is a utility to have on the blockchain. So where he's coming from with how back in December of 2017, he thinks that's where our high point was for the hype and the exposure. And now we're at the point where everything is kind of cooling down and we can really determine where the high point for cryptocurrency is. Now, he says he doesn't think there can really be 1,000 times cryptocurrency in the future. And I have to disagree with this because you got to realize we are still in the very infancy of cryptocurrency and blockchain adoption. I mean, first off, the market cap is right now $200 billion. We hit a high of around $800 billion. And cryptocurrencies is a multi-trillion-dollar market. Now, there's no way to determine when we are going to even hit $1 trillion. But to say that there's not a cryptocurrency that can hit 1,000 times gain in the future, I think is a little unrealistic. I mean, we have phenomenal projects that have already made over 100 times gain. I think 1,000 time gain for some of these projects is in reach. Now, that's just my opinion, of course. I understand where he's coming from, but in the realization of things, if we continue this momentum, if we can get this ETF news for Bitcoin, if we can continue the adoption over multiple years to come, I think 1,000 time game for cryptocurrency is very in reach. Moving from promotion to real adoption. In the upcoming years, Buterin stated that the industry will focus on improving the usability and accessibility of decentralized systems rather than promotion and gathering interest. Buterin explained that the strategy of promoting blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies to the broader consumer base is hitting a dead end, and that it's time to improve the infrastructure of decentralized systems, applications, and protocols to encourage consumers to commit to blockchain-based platforms. I highly agree with this. What Buterin is saying here is that we need to stop with all the hype, all the exposure, all the news revolving around cryptocurrencies and DApp platforms, stuff like that. And we need to focus on the underlying technology, and we need to focus on improving that. Because right now, when it comes to a lot of these dApps, they're very ugly, very unattractive. The user interfaces are complete trash, and that's not going to attract the adoption that we want, because if you have all this hype going out right now when a lot of these platforms are really in their infancy, they're not really developed yet, you're gonna have these people coming onto these platforms, checking them out and being very turned off very fast, and they're going to want to go back to their traditional platforms, whether it's a social media platform or whatever, and who knows, maybe they won't even bother coming back to a decentralized platform again. So what Vitalik is saying here is we need to step back with all the hype, all the promoting of cryptocurrencies, trying to get adoption so fast. We need to work on our productivity, the protocols, the dApps themselves, the user interfaces, and then once everything is really where we want it to be, then have the mass adoption slowly but surely come in, because you guys have to keep in mind we are competing with the big dogs. I mean, these are a lot of small companies out here that are decentralized, but these decentralized companies are not just competing with themselves, but they're also competing with a lot of centralized companies out in the world that have huge user interfaces and a lot of a large community. So that's all we're really going to be looking into this. They also discussed down here how right now Ethereum is really working on implementing sharding and plasma, which will help with their overall scalability of their network, which I think is awesome. I know in my video yesterday, I probably came off as a little biased when I was talking about Ethereum, kind of bashing it a little too hard. That was not my intentions. I mainly was trying to be unbiased and give you both sides of the spectrum of why I think Ethereum is good and why I think it's bad. But this is awesome news for Ethereum. They're really working on making Ethereum here to stay, especially with the scalability side of things. So our next news article for you guys, The SEC suspends exchange-traded Bitcoin and Ether investment vehicles. Announced on Sunday, the U.S. SEC has issued an order seeking to suspend the trading of Bitcoin Tracker 1 and Ether Tracker 1 exchange-traded notes issued by XBT provider AB, a Swedish-based subsidiary of the UK firm CoinShare Holdings. In the official order, the SEC cited a confusion amongst market participants based in the U.S. as to the nature of the financial instruments as the reason for the move. So they suspended the ETNs from yesterday until September 20th. Now, their main reasoning behind this is that on this platform right here, XBT provider AB by CoinShares, they were listing ETNs as ETFs, and that's a big deal because that is manipulation, that is lying. So if you guys aren't familiar with what an ETN is, I have a little definition here for you guys. ETNs are debt notes issued by a bank. When you buy an ETN, the bank promises to pay you a certain pattern of return. If you buy an ETN linked to the price of gold, for instance, or in this instance Bitcoin or Ethereum, the value of that ETN will increase if the price of either Bitcoin or Ethereum goes up or down. The beauty of an ETN structure is that it can be linked to anything. There are ETNs that track commodities and ETNs that track hard to reach corners of the equity market. They sometimes combine stock or bond positions with options overlays or use of other sophisticated strategies that would be difficult to package into a traditional ETF. In the commodity space, the ETN also offers significant long-term tax advantages compared to with most ETFs. The downside to an ETN is that the underlying bank goes bankrupt, you lose essentially all of your money. So pretty much it's very similar to an ETF, but ETNs are directly tied to whatever corporation that you're getting it from. So say that corporation goes under, they go bankrupt, you are going to be losing your money. So again, what happened with this exchange, they were listing ETNs as ETFs and pretty much sort of confusing the investors that were going onto that exchange. So they did ban all US investors from using purchasing ETNs on their platform as of now until September 20th, but this is not affecting any non-US investors as of now. So I think that's pretty interesting how they were listing them as ETFs. That is manipulation that should not be allowed, and of course the SEC did something about it. I'm kind of glad they caught on to something like this because that is a big no-no, especially if this corporation does happen to go under and people thought they were investing in an ETF. Then they would lose all their money and it would just be a big old scam. So that is all the news I have for you guys today. Not much going on, really just the traditional basic news. The market's doing its thing. We have a little bit of green today. Let me know down below what you guys think is really going on with the market, and also let me know if you guys are local to San Francisco, if you would come out to the Litecoin Summit, because I would love to meet some of you. We could have some good conversations, talk about our portfolios, all that sort of stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did find this video informative, go over and hit that subscribe button for quality cryptocurrency content in the future, and I will catch you in the next.